morning that seemed ordinary for BTS fans turned enigmatic when shocking news circulated on South Korean social media and online forums. BTS's Jungkook reportedly received a direct call from HYBE labels and received a harsh reprimand. There is no official statement, no press release, just snippets of information from industry insiders, and then followed by Jungkook's lack of activity online. Jungkook, who was usually active on social platforms, greeting fans with his casual style, suddenly disappeared, as if it were swallowed up by the earth. What makes this news even more emotional is the fact that none of the other BTS members have commented. Everybody shut up. Even the army, which is usually good at dismantling all digital traces, this time was confused. And when multiple sources revealed one after another the truth hidden behind the phone call, the public gasped. This is no ordinary call. This is a warning call. The first rumors that surfaced were that Jungkook had done something very personal, but of great impact. According to a source close to the management, Jungkook reportedly turned down a major project that had been designed for months by HYBE's creative team. This project, which was touted as a luxurious solo comeback after military service, did not get the green light from the Golden Magne. The reason for the refusal? One word that surprises many: family. Jungkook reportedly said internally that he wanted to rest first, wanted time with his family, wanted to breathe for a while. And this decision, although it sounds humane and empathetic, is perceived as a disruption of the strategic plan by the holders of power behind the scenes. This is what triggered the phone call, and not only that, their conversation even partially leaked. We can't wait for Jungkook to constantly delay. The world is waiting. It's not just about you, said one of the voices called from HYBE's management in a recording that was accidentally recorded by a microphone in an office room. The words sounded sharp, as if confirming that the world of K-pop is not a playground, that even a Jungkook is not immune from the company's pressures and expectations. But this statement, instead of making the public side with the company, ignited an even greater fire of anger. ARMY felt disappointed, hurt, even angry. How can Jungkook, who has given his all for more than a decade, be pressured just for wanting to spend time with the people he loves? Some analysts of the South Korean entertainment industry have even called this the starting point of an underground showdown between artists and agencies, which has so far been tightly masked by stage glitter and professional imaging. But now, it's all starting to crack. And the crack started from a single phone call. Why so emotional? Because it's not just about a career. It's about self-esteem. Jungkook is known as a member who rarely creates controversy. He is not the type of artist who raises a fuss for the sake of sensation. So when the news of this reprimand came out, everyone knew this is not a trivial matter. Jungkook said in an interview that he is rethinking what is really important in life. The sentence seemed simple, but it turned out to have a deep meaning. At that time, many people thought it was just an ordinary joke. But now, after the phone incident happened, only then did everyone realize that he had given a clue that was almost ignored. And if you look back at his digital footprint, from short stories that last only a minute, to mellow songs he plays on live streaming platforms, to meaningful captions on his personal account, everything forms a pattern. Jungkook is struggling, not physically, but mentally and emotionally. According to a former HYBE employee who is now an anonymous whistleblower, there is an imbalance in the internal management. He said that the pressure on Jungkook was great towards the end of his military service. He was asked to go directly into a global project, asked to be the main face of a new promotion, and even asked to agree to a new exclusive contract that is said to be worth trillions of won. But Jungkook refused, and that's why the phone happened. This is the scariest question and the most awaited answer. No one knows for sure. However, some suspicious gestures from the Jungkook family add fuel to the fire of this speculation. His father and mother were seen visiting a private law office in the Gangnam area a few days ago. Jungkook's younger brother is also seen attending an independent agency. Is Jungkook's extended family preparing something? Some die-hard fans even refer to this as a silent mutiny, a silent uprising that began not with shouting, but with silence and resignation from the system that had been restraining it. In a press statement that came out 2 days after the phone incident was leaked, HYBE representatives said, "We are in healthy internal discussions with our artists regarding the future of the project. There is no conflict, all based on professional communication. But the public is not easy to believe." As videos of fans' reactions on TikTok and YouTube went viral showing crying, worry, and anger, the situation became increasingly tense. Some fans even sent protest trucks to the front of HYBE's office, a tradition known in the Korean entertainment industry when the public wants to show resistance. The trucks carry a painful message: appreciate Jungkook not just as a product, but as a human being. Give him time. Do not seize his personal space. One sentence, point one story, point one moment, point one emotional outburst, point 3 days after he disappeared from cyberspace, Jungkook finally posted a quote on his story: "Sometimes, to be happy, we have to disappoint the world." Those words became the #1 trending topic across platforms in less than an hour. The army is crying. The world fell silent. Media hype. Journalists were competing to interpret what the sentence means. Does he imply that he will completely step back from the spotlight? Or is this just a temporary phase? But one thing is certain: this is a statement of the soul. This is not content made by the PR team. It's from the heart. It's from Jungkook himself. From one phone call, one personal decision, one small quote, opens a huge window into a world deeper than just the world of entertainment. This is a real drama. The human drama. About how a person who has given everything is questioned precisely when he wants to give a little for himself. And now we're all waiting. I wonder if Jungkook will survive. Or will he shock the world with the biggest and most reckless move he's ever taken? The army held its breath. The industry fell silent. And the world wondered, what exactly is the phone? One call. One decision. A shaken world. What was initially thought to be a minor issue turned out to be a huge storm that shook the foundations of trust between the artist and the agency. Jungkook, the man known to be the calmest, most obedient, most loyal to the group and the company, is now in a whirlpool of conflict that can no longer be covered with smiles on stage or sweet promotional videos. And the more days, the more fragments of truth come to the surface. One source in the HYBE creative community who worked under the visual team for Jungkook's comeback project revealed that the entire team had prepared the concept of the Phoenix, a massive comeback project with a rebirth theme. Costumes, sets, even teaser videos have entered the pre-shoot stage. All have been designed to celebrate Jungkook's return from military service in grand style, full of passion and cinematic elements. But in one closed-door virtual meeting, Jungkook gave a one-liner that killed all the spirit of the production. Those words stopped the whole room. Quiet. Even the manager was speechless. What does it mean to pretend? According to The Insider, Jungkook feels he is not fully ready to return to the spotlight with his professional face. He felt too many mental wounds that have not healed. And more importantly, he has not yet solved his problems with himself. It is undeniable. HYBE is under tremendous pressure. With BTS's departure to the military, the company faced financial pressure and huge market demands. Stocks had fluctuated because their dependence on BTS was so great. So naturally, when Jungkook rejected his comeback, the company immediately launched a series of quick actions, including a reprimand phone call that has now become a hot topic of conversation.